I don't know, something's changed about you, boy.
Give it up for Mark on bass. Mark Thoreau. All right, buddy.
Drummer love. Drummer loving happens so fast. Oh, that's terrible. Hey guys! Let's take this shit show home. Sorry, the language there. No, it's been wonderful. Look, when we have little breaks like this and we come back, sometimes it can be a bit of a trudge, it can be a little bit of a slog to do. But last night, if you guys were at the wonderful Saturday night special last night, we rocked it. It was great. It was really, really good. So I think it's got a lot to do with the fact that we are surrounded by love and stupid costumes. Been watching Columbo much? Oh dear. The old ones, you go, oh my God. Hi.
Hi.
What do you want?
Hi, my name is Kanan, and my question is, what is your favorite dinosaur?
What was that again?
What is your favorite dinosaur?
My favorite dinosaur?
Yeah.
Certainly ain't Barney. I hated Barney so much I convinced my kids that Barney and Billy Joel were the same thing. Barney Joel. So I could ban Billy Joel and Barney from my house. It was great. What's your favorite? You like T-Rexes, or you like Raptors, or do you like the cool ones?
T-Rexes.
T-Rexes, of course you like T-Rexes.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool. Do you know there's an idea that they may not have been covered in like lizard skin, but they may have been covered in feathers? Is that crazy?
Dang.
Can you imagine if they had feathers instead of like lizard skin? That would be so weird, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I like the cool ones like Brontosauruses and Diplodocus and fun big ones that sort of ambled around. Because I'm old and I'm slow. What's your name again?
Kanan.
That's right, we met earlier, didn't we? You having a good weekend?
Yeah.
I could sit and talk to you for hours because they just ask me stupid questions. You ask me good questions.
Yeah.
I like that. So you had a good weekend, you had fun?
Yeah.
Did you meet everybody? Who's your favorite one that you met so far?
Felicia.
Wow. You got taste.
We're besties. And Jack, too.
Oh, very cool.
Jake, too.
Jake Abel? Or...
Jake, Abel, and Felicia Day.
Ooh! How old are you?
7.
7? We're almost the same age.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. How old do you think I am? Guess, it doesn't matter.
50.
50? Nope. More.
80?
Yes! Well guessed. Hey, you have a good day. I've got to go answer the question from somebody from the other side. You good?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for asking the question.
You're welcome.
See, if only you lot were as polite as that. So asking stupid questions. Which one do you like more, Jared or Jensen? What do you... that's a smart kid. You're late. Oh, don't surprise me. You were seeing Misha. Bunch of crazy people. So that kid was cool. That was so cool. What a polite, well-mannered child. I should have had some of those. What do you want?
Hey, Mark. Great seeing you. Great conversation. That's a good
That's what, listen, my daughter was like, I'm in a really nice hotel room, I'm gonna take stuff, right? And she goes for a shower cap. I went, a shower cap is like the most crappy piece of anything you can take with you. You know, take a mirror or a bed or a chair or something. And I was like, she was talking about a thing and I said, that's what they look like, so I put that on. And thank you to my daughter for embarrassing her. But I'm not embarrassed by that. I did worse things on Supernatural. So yeah, good luck. Hey, I kissed a boy and I liked it.
So my question is, I've been watching a lot of old school
That's not a question.
TV.
That's a statement.
And I've been seeing you on a couple of
Old
different shows.
school. You just because you said I was 80.
I didn't say you were 80.
You did.
I didn't.
Oh.
So I've been watching, and I picked up an episode or two of Leverage, and I see you as Sterling. So my question is, when you created your Crowley character, did you pull from the other characters that you were in? Like I saw
Oh, no.
Doctor Who and
Well, you know what? It was
Sterling?
really funny. Is they look really similar to
They
me.
do, don't they?
And you know, some of their vocal characteristics were similar.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to see. How did you create Crowley? Was it something that you just kind of thought up, or did you
No,
pull
they
from
wrote
different
it.
guys?
It's called a script. Now, Leverage was written for me. Because the
Yeah.
original character in Leverage is called the Mark Sheppard. I didn't know that.
Sterling
But it was like, so they were just like, do you want to play English or Irish? And I was like, I'll play him English.
Okay.
So,
Is that your answer? How you created Crowley?
no,
You just did.
Crowley sort of was a really cool piece of writing. It was Ben Edlund's insane writing. And I love his work. And it was a very interesting character, but it was written very flat. So there were elements of that made him sort of weird middle management hell person. And then it became something else, and then it got sort of bigger, and then it became basically the character is the last sane man in the universe. Two types of people worth playing, right? There's the guy that sells them out before they leave the planet, which is like originally Dr. Zachary Smith in Lost in Space. If you ever watched the original black and white pilot, he's a terrorist. It's wonderful.
Yes.
And then the other one is the last sane man in the universe. The last sane man in the universe is basically Eddie Albert in Green Acres.
Oh.
So that's what my character really is Eddie Albert in Green Acres, dealing with idiots. But if they just listen to what I said and do what I said, the world would have been a better place. And that's it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. It's not hard. What?
What? Okay, fine. All right, serious question. In the past, you've been very open about your battles and struggles with addiction and your sobriety. And I started rewatching it with my son, and we just got through the middle of season 9, where Crowley's having his addiction problems with the human blood. And
You don't know what it's like to be human. Still one of the funniest things I've ever said. And only funny because Jensen turns around and is like... But yes, go on.
How hard was it for you, having gone through those struggles yourself, for you to really put that out on the screen and portray it? Because it was amazing. It was like heart-wrenching to watch.
Are you in recovery?
No,
You know people in recovery?
I do.
Huh? Well, that makes sense. You don't drink, you don't die, you get old. If you're an alcoholic, you don't drink, you don't die, you get old. How you live is the hardest part. And the interesting thing for Crowley is how he lives, why he wants to do what he wants to do. It's a very sort of weird concept. If he hates his job, he's not really that excited by it. He's more excited by Demon Dean than he was about actually doing his job. He's miserable. But addiction is a very complicated thing. Think about it this way: if you're not an addict and you've never been an addict, or you don't know an addict intimately, you have to understand that the substance itself is not the problem; it's the solutions of the problem. So you have to look at the underlying cause and deal with the underlying causes, hopefully while stopping contributing to the problem by continuing to doing what you're doing, but you have to look at the underlying cause to have a chance of not doing it. So I know what happens when I consume alcohol, I know what happens when I do drugs, because I have experience of that, and I have experience of being sober and then not being sober, and then being sober now, for 36 years. Well, I'm getting a round of applause for not throwing up on myself and not peeing in my pants. That's great. No, I mean, my life is very, very different. But if you know somebody in that situation, you have to understand that alcohol had to do something for me in order for me to allow it to do something to me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, it's not an alcohol problem. It's a big old hole that alcohol fits kind of perfectly. So it's very, you take my medicine away, what are you going to replace it with? And I don't know, love's always a good answer, so love usually works. It's a complicated version of love, but love is what works. So if you're struggling, and if you're thinking about why you're doing something you don't want to be doing, stop doing it. It's really easy. Just stop doing it. If you can't stop doing it, get some help. I prefer to get help from people that have the same problem as I do. I tend not to trust people who are talking about shit they don't know anything about. So, like the sort of Castiels of the world. I'm just kidding. I love Misha, by the way. Castiel's an idiot. Steve was cool, but Castiel's just a moron. 15 years or whatever, and he still hasn't learned anything. I mean, for God's sakes. Ridiculous. I love Castiel's. Like, oh my God. But so, if you're doing something you don't want to be doing it, stop doing it. If you can't stop doing it, get some help. That's my advice. And if you're struggling with it, know you're not alone. And as soon as you start busting yourself on it, as soon as you start talking about it, as soon as you turn yourself in, one way or another, that's when it begins. That's when you begin to find out what the next chapter is and what the next chapter is. And I've been very, very lucky in my life, extraordinarily lucky in my life. Fantastic people have done me massive favors by helping me and steering me in this journey. So I'm very proud of that. I love that. So if you love somebody that's an alcoholic, I have a program for those too. If you love somebody who's a drug addict, we have a program for that too. But support is everything, like everything in life. So yeah, was it hard to do? No. I can remember. When I forget, that's when it gets dangerous. So those things are actually a gift. I remember the first time they put a scotch in front of me, which is in fact Diet Coke. No, is it? Yeah, it's Diet Coke and water. Room temperature Diet Coke and water. So when you drink it, it's like, it's the same as drinking scotch, but without the effect. And I just remember the toothpick stuff, and that goes from leverage to me with the glass. There's all sorts of stuff going in there. But my experience as an alcoholic, as a recovering alcoholic, are ones of immense gratitude and lots of love and some amazing people. A lot of people who didn't make it, most people who didn't make it. But I'm very, very grateful for those that came before me and those of me that gave a damn about it. And I'm really grateful that you noticed.
That was an amazing scene of everything.
On a lighter note,
Hi.
let's talk about death dismemberment. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Alicia, and my question is, if you were a dad in Supernatural, what character would you want to be the dad of, and why?
Oh, for God's sakes, I was the dad in Supernatural. You met the rest of them? Sharon is a big baby. I told you, Castiel's an idiot, so that's easy. I mean, which dad would I want to be? Nobody. I hated them all. As a character, I was like, they just wouldn't listen. And I said, well, it's kind of like being a dad. No, you don't listen to your dad, right? Do you listen to your dad?
No, I listen to my dad, trust.
Good. Otherwise he'll end up like Crowley. That's an odd question. What? You?
Yes, me.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, so I'm going to keep to the question I've asked everyone. This is for my wife, who couldn't come. If you could play any other role in the Supernatural universe.
Why the hell would I want to play any other role?
I agree. I have different questions. I don't know if you know.
Listen, at least 30 writers spent 8 years fighting over giving me stupid things to say that I had to wake up on a daily basis and go, how the hell am I going to make this make any kind of sense at all? And it was so much fun. I told you, I always forget where it was. If we're doing this conversation over again, it was either San Francisco or Seattle or something. I can't remember one of the last creation conventions I did, I think it's 17. And everybody held up a paddle at some point. They were really nervous. They all held up a little paddle that somebody had made, it was wonderful. And they all had quotes that came from different lines of Crowley. There was about 80 of them. And I was wandering around and everybody just went like this. And they were all like really nicely cut out and stuff, borders on them and stuff. And it was like, and I was wandering around and I was going, oh my God, I remember the context of when that was said. That was the memory. The memory is what it was in, not what was said so much as what it was in. And it's been amazing. And there's people who have, what?
I have a pendant, Crowley.
Yeah, I love it. You know, people have things I've said tattooed on their bodies. That's mind-blowing to me. It's really, I called Jeremy up. We've done the end of season 9, so let's take a howl at that moon, right? That amazing scene at the end. And then 3 days after it aired, I was at a convention and somebody had what looked like a woodcut of a tattoo. You know, it was like a beautifully ornamental of a wolf and a forest in this square, sort of oblong shape. And it was like, let's take a howl at that moon. I called Jeremy up and I said, whatever you write for me at the end of a season, you better make it good. It ends up on people's bodies. Please, no one in the history of torture has been tortured with the torture way you've been tortured with. It's like, for God's sakes. Which ends with a preposition that drives me crazy. It's a difficult thing, but yeah, I wouldn't play anything else.
Thank you.
You know what I love about the show as well is they're all perfect as who they are. It's because we had a lot of time with it and we got to play with it and the writers got to experience what we did with it and they would sort of, they'd protect it. So we got to develop who we were in that world really well. And it was always a challenge when something changed or something became different. Like we spent years protecting Crowley from having red eyes. Because I didn't know, I said it wouldn't make a difference if he was an archangel. Wouldn't make a difference. Wouldn't make a difference if he was God, it wouldn't make a difference at all. He'd still be Crowley, for there's a purpose for Crowley, etc., etc., etc. And I kept saying to Jeremy, I said, don't screw it up. Because it's perfect. And they were like, we're gonna have to give you some eyes. I'm like, oh, for God's sakes. So, well, the good news is they're red and they're smoking. I'm like, well, that's a new kind of demon, so that could be an effect. But we were very protective of our characters and how our characters were portrayed. And I love that. So, I just remember that we were in the park, the one where, what's her name from Jersey Shore was in?
Oh, Snooki.
Yeah. God, she's about this big. Petite person. And we were in the park and it's freezing in this park in Vancouver. And there was a vending machine built into the wall in a public place. So, I mean, it's pretty much bulletproof. And it's supposed to be a long shot of them seeing me in the background. And I'm trying to attack this vending machine to get something out of it for free. And when the thing's bolted to a wall, and I'm physically trying to break into this machine, I put my whole shoulder into it. The effort is ridiculous. And all you see is Jensen go, stop that. Because it was un-Crowley-like. It was beneath the King of Hell. I just love that stuff. Those little things are fun. Wow.
Hi.
Hi, I'm gonna go see the losers up the back. Keep talking.
Okay, have fun.
Got no friends?
Oh, wait.
Just you two on your own? Sorry, go on.
Okay, my question is, if you were stuck in the cage, who would you
I
be
am.
Okay. Well, who would you be stuck with? Pick 2 people and an angel, or like a demon?
Okay, there is 2 things that I say on a continuous basis. You must be new. That when you do this stuff, there's 2 things I say, and the first one is write your own fan fiction. Not my job, don't care. Love you, do it, make it happen. As long as it's not velvet paintings of me and Castiel in a bar. I get bored of those. Some of them are really good, but it gets a bit boring after a while. And the other one is, next!
Hello. First of all, thank you for the photo op with you and Ruth yesterday. And second of all, as for my question, did you ever wish that your tattoo sleeves became part of Crowley's character at one point?
Well, my tattoo sleeves weren't fully there. I had tattoos from sort of my elbows up, some of which were 45 years old, and some of which were 35 years old, by different artists, and it's very difficult to put tattoos on TV. So when I was naked getting massaged in that one episode, they covered me in makeup because Warner Brothers was terrified they were going to have the same thing happen as happened on The Hangover 2, when they put Mike Tyson's tattoo on Ed Helms' face, and the guy that created it sued for his IP. And he probably got a couple of $1 million for it. Quite rightly, he got a couple of $1 million for it. You're selling something that's somebody's piece of art. It's art, and it should be protected in that way. So immediately everyone had a moratorium on showing tattoos. So that was interesting. So I was like, well, my tattoos are getting old and faded, 45 years. So I went to an old friend of mine called Kevin Quinn and spent about a year and a half doing everything. So we are pretty much covered in the top half of the body. And we were doing Walker Independence, and I knew it was a Warner Brothers show, and I knew there was an issue, and I said to Seamus, who was the showrunner, I said, I want to show the tattoos. I mean, it's going to be, you don't want to hide them. A couple of them are still a little bit fresh. A couple of the pieces were fresh. And it was like, I could see a little bit under my shirt. And so I went to Kevin, I got a waiver from him, and was able to show it. So I was able to put them on TV and literally go, yes, I got these in Madagascar or whatever. But it's an interesting thing. So I have one artist's work now. So that's waiverable. So I can show them if I want to. I can hide them if I want to. It's kind of fun. JDM has all sorts of strange tattoos on. They just cover it up in Jamaica. It's kind of fun. How long does it take to cover it? 45 years to do my tattoos. Hundreds and hundreds of hours of fun. Hi. Why are you hiding? You changed your mind? What? Oh, okay. Thank you. What do you want?
Hi, my name's Valora, and I know that you had hellhounds, but if you could have...
Not me personally.
No, but like...
I have children.
In the show you
Not
had...
much difference.
In the show you had hellhounds, so if you could have any other creature from like hell as a pet, like what would you use?
Castiel. Next.
Hi, so my question is, what's your favorite line from the show?
It changes. The one that's had the most impact, which is the most fun, I think is, where's your moose? Because we've been trying to insult, well, Sarah Gamble have been trying to insult Jared for a better part of a year in season 6. So we had Giraffe, Jolly Green, all sorts of Gigantor, there was a few others. Just, they didn't work. It just wasn't funny. It was good, it was sort of good Crowley-esque, cursory meanness, but it didn't stick. And then when I'm in the burnt out mansion, just turning to Dean and going, where's your moose? And he goes, oh, he went to blah, blah. It was it. It was done. Because Jared's got like a tremendous amount of upper body strength. Ridiculous. He flips 400-pound tractor tires. He's ridiculous. 6'5". But he's got legs like a chicken. Don't tell him I said that. He'll try to kick me in the face as he tried to do one time. Like comparatively, he's got quite skinny legs, and that's what a moose is like. It's like it's a car driver killing system on sticks. So you got this, 2 tons of idiot animal with a giant head and horns, sort of, on sticks that fold up when you drive into it. So where's your moose kind of makes sense. Then when you get moose, the second one wasn't squirrel, obviously. The second one was way funnier than that. It's when I'm having the date with Jodie Mills, which is evil. I mean, the whole audience knows I'm Crowley, apart from her. So it's just like, he's gonna kill her, this is terrible and stuff. So the phone rings, and when the phone rings on set, it's really Robin going, ring, ring. And then me thinking it'd be funny to go, and this is the king. And Bob left that in, he thought it was very funny, so he let me do that. So this is the king, and blah, 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 blah. We get to post-production, and it's getting ready to be broadcast, and it was... How you doing? We were getting ready to be broadcast, and they'd done, obviously, post-production sound, and I have a ringtone suddenly, and the ringtone is, I like big butts and a camera. I'm like, I literally blew snot out my nose when I saw it. I was like, oh my God, because it doesn't register on my face at all, because it didn't actually happen. So it's the most nonchalant answering of a phone you've ever seen in your life. I like big butts and a camera. I'm like, I looked down on the phone. So they did an insert shot, a close-up of a hand and the phone. It's not my hand, somebody's hand, and a phone. And on the phone it says, not Moose. I was like, that's genius. So you had Moose, not Moose, then you had Squirrel. Then you end up with Boris and Natasha, and life is good. So any of you that don't know what Rocky and Bullwinkle is, you've got some work to do. But poor bastard has been given moose dolls for the last 20 years. And I'm probably Canada's greatest exporter. So that's the way it works. Next.
So you walk into a bar, you see a velvet picture of you and Castiel and you and Demon Dean. What is your first instinct?
Write your own fiction.
That is my fanfiction.
What I love, there was a wonderful, I was in Austria or somewhere, a fan gave me a long sleeve t-shirt which has write your own fan fiction on the front, and on the back says next. So, I'm so rude, it's funny. So I'd not met Emmanuel before. Emmanuel was here, it was wonderful. I'd not met her before. I'd seen her in the show like retroactively. And I was sitting with her and I said, watch this. As I was explaining, I had to be Crowley a bunch of the time. And I said, look, watch this. The ruder I am right now, the more they're going to giggle. And these two wonderful girls that were there. They're two lovely girls. I've seen them earlier. And they were waiting for me to finish talking or something, or whatever. And there's 10 feet away. And I literally went, if you're a kid, please put your finger in your ears. I went, what the f do you want? And they're like, ah! That will now explain what I do for a living. So it's a lot of fun doing that. But if I don't give you a bit of Crowley, it feels like I'm cheating you out of the fun aspect of it. We have serious conversations, we talk about serious stuff, we talk about things we care about, difficulties and successes and little victories that we have in our lives and surviving all sorts of chaotic crap that we're all doing right now. And on the other side of that is, what the? So you get a bit of this, a bit of that. What the hell do you want?
Sorry.
It's
If
okay.
your character was a drag queen, what would be his drag queen?
I have no idea. You need to write that fan fiction. Why would I give myself a drag name? I think you gotta earn a drag name. I mean, that's really, you gotta be fabulous somehow, you know? It's like, god damn, too easy. Too easy. You gotta think about that one. Whatever it be, it'd be damn fabulous. What can I do for you? Why are you giggling? Are you nervous?
A little bit.
This will make it worse,
I mean, you're
watch.
not my queen.
What do you want? This is going to be a while, guys. If you need anything, money break, anything.
Completely different. So the way, like you saw that, right? So when you popped on my TV and Doctor Who, I went nuts. So would you ever consider being the Doctor?
No. Why would I do that? Why would I want to be the Doctor? I'm Canton Everett Delaware III. Why would I want to be anybody else in Supernatural? I'm Crowley. Why would I want to be anything else in Leverage? I have had a blessed and a charmed life. Without this show, my life would be very, very different. Ask my wife, ask my kids, ask these guys. We are so grateful and so happy that this little show, which had a tiny amount of viewership for a hit show in America, worldwide, has millions of people that find the themes and the ideas and what is behind it to be something worthy of celebrating and protecting and sharing. In a world that is so tough and so difficult, in a place which, I don't know, conspires to devour us all, I guess, in the weirdest way, we get to come here and we get to see our audience. That is the greatest gift of all. We work in television, we make television in front of our friends, we make music in front of our friends, but when we give it to you, we hope you like it. When we come and do this, we see how you like it, what you like about it, what you would have written differently. For that, we will always, always be grateful. We love you very, very much. This is something so special. This is something I hope you share. It's something I hope that we keep protecting and sharing. We're less impressed by what we do, and we're more impressed by what you do with what we have given you. You make it bigger, you make it better, you make it safer, you make it more fun, you make it more inclusive, you make it a beautiful place to be. And I don't know about you, I've got plenty of things I like to do on weekends, but I don't think of many things that are better than doing this. We love you with all our hearts, we do. We're proud of you, you look after each other, you be nice to each other. If any of you are in serious difficulty, remember the mind is a dangerous place, do not go in there alone. And on that note, we love you, thank you for our life.